have on the screen today live. Why am I wearing a Johnny Cash shirt? Why? What's over there? Why is Corianne wearing her black hat? Because we got JJ Azizian in the house. Not only is he the networking king, which he's going to talk a little bit more about himself, and he's a rocker. This guy, every time I see him at events, look, he's like full sleeve tattoos. He's LA Pride all the way, owns a Harley Davidson. I had to represent. Plus, all y'all know, or maybe you don't, I used to own a record store back in the day. So figured I'd just rep a little rock and roll for you. Let's get into it. So Miss Corianne, you and I would always be having conversations in general, offline. And instead of being selfish, we decided to go online and pull open, I should say, the kimono, right? Look behind the red velvet rope and see what the heck is going on. So you and I like to have conversations by ourselves. We like to bring on guests. And so thank you for being here. You are my favorite person. I think a sister from another mister, also within the Astro Flipping community.
Absolutely.
And fellow agent, because you're out of Colorado. For those who are just tuning in, tell them where you're from.
I'm from Colorado. I am an investor and an agent. Now, just like Renee said, our whole goal here is to really create the rainbow in the bridge between the investment sphere and the agent sphere, because so often they're not communicating, they're not collaborating, which is like a dead halt in our industry because they need to be working together to move forward. And that's why we have the most amazing, I'm very excited, guys, because this name is always floating around in my industry and in my sphere and in my friends, but we've never been able to meet and have a conversation, JJ. So will you tell our audience who you are, what you do, and just kind of kick us off with why we ladies know you're so awesome?
Yeah, well, my name is JJ Azizian, and if you guys can read backwards and tell by the picture behind me, I live in Los Angeles and grew up in Hollywood. That's the Hollywood sign behind me. I'm a real estate entrepreneur. I'm an investor. I'm a landlord of commercial properties, single family homes. I'm a private money lender. Probably got something about $300,000 out working right now. But I think the thing I really do is I'm a connector, is a terminology that a lot of people use these days. I think more importantly, what I do is I teach investors how to use and leverage social media to maximize their visibility, to enhance their opportunity for assistance from the communities at large they belong to. I'll do this little thing really quickly. People work with and help people they know, like, and trust, right? I kind of throw trust out the window because if I don't like you, I'm not going to trust you. People cannot like you if they do not know you. If they cannot know you if you're not visible on social media, if you're an investor and you want to get national support. So if you're not visible, you're invisible, and I promise you opportunity will walk right past you. How do you build, the key to your business is the 5 or 6 people you interact with the most. What does that mean? Not just business relationships, but the strongest business relationship is a personal relationship. Pull this little mic down here. Maybe that's going to give you some better sound. The strongest business relationship is a personal relationship. So what does that mean? That means really getting to know people. How do you do that? You build rapport with people. How do you build rapport with people? You do that by discovering what they have in common with you, by marketing what you have in common with them. Commonality is how we build rapport. So, we're all in this world called social media. We're on YouTube, we're on StreamYard, we're on Instagram, we're on Facebook. Most everybody has a Facebook page. Your Facebook page becomes your digital business card to the world as far as who you are and how you present yourself and how you build that out to be your digital business card to the world. You do not market your business, you market yourself. And it's a matter of letting everybody know who you are. I can go on and on and on, but for starters, that's what I do. I teach people how to build their network, how to build their brand, how to build their visibility, so that when you walk into a room, everybody knows who you are. And after 6 years of doing this, when I walk into a room, everybody knows who I am. It's kind of cool, but the big thing is it gives you a head start on the rest of the competition, because people know you before you know them, and that's what you want to do, is build relationships.
That is so good. Yeah, and that's how I know JJ, right? Like he and I are friends. We happen to live in the same city. So I am a licensed agent here. I've been so for 19 years. And in that time, how many events have I been to? Plus I've had my own meetups and everything else, and people come and they go. So it's not only know, like, and trust, it's memorable. So I guess the know part of it, JJ, is also where you really double down. Like, how are people going to get to know you? And you do a lot of that because you have paid to play. You and I are in communities that are kind of like sister communities in terms of investors and real estate agents, but you also go out and about in the community. We're post-pandemic several years now, and it's important to get back out. And what I find is that a lot of people within these communities are young, and that's exciting, but they maybe didn't grow up with or been really exposed to having to get out and kind of press the flesh, right? Get face to face, because all of this other stuff supports in the background. And it's really important that people really get to see your face. So I know you're out and about at darn near, every event really that's real estate related that you can get to.
You were just saying something about being memorable. And, one of my favorite quotes is, if you're not memorable, you're forgettable. There is no middle ground. 90% of any group is invisible. Doesn't mean they're not doing the curriculum, they're not doing the videos, they're not on the YouTube, they're not on the Zoom calls. It means they're not leveraging social media to be visible in their community. What you want is it's not about buyers and sellers. I mean, it is for agents and brokers, and you want to get out there and sell property and list property. But when you're an upcoming investor, and I don't know of an agent that's worth their salt that is not tying into the education groups for investors around the country. So with that being the case, as you jump into these groups, you want to get support of these communities. And so you just need to make sure that people know who you are. And that's becomes by branding yourself. There's little things you could do to what's called leverage Facebook's algorithm for activity so that everybody knows who you are. So what happens is now as people see your name, they'll get to know you, get to know your name before they know you. When they know your name before they know you, your name precedes you. When your name precedes you, your name becomes your brand. When your name becomes your brand, opportunity just comes to you. Ask me how I know.
That's my favorite line.
Right.
Ask me how I know.
Yeah.
This is so well-timed a conversation in my ecoverse. And Renee and I kind of talk about this often, that like business is always overlapping in just spirituality and your mental. And exactly what we're talking about here today is what Jamil Damji's been trying to beat over my head as much as the sweetest man can, is to show up and tell people loudly and proudly what I do and how I can be helpful. And I think when we're hustling in an entrepreneurial environment, it's very easy to just be in our dark little corner with our comps and not get out there in front of people. For those who haven't yet made that bridge, and I would say that I'm personally building mine, where does someone even get started? What's like the first thing that they need to do to start being out in front of people?
You go into my favorite question. I have a free networking group for real estate investors. I don't charge a dime. I teach people how to use and leverage Facebook. I teach them how to post, teach them how to comment. I teach them how to make themselves visible. I teach them how to work the room in a live networking event. I teach them how to use your smartphone as a business tool. And everything I do to help my fellow investor, I do for free. People say, why do you do this for free? What's the catch? There is no catch. When I was new, there was no one to help me without someone wanting my credit card or wanting to charge me for their time and help. I was like, this is ridiculous. I just paid $60,000 for an education program. Now people want to charge me to help me. I'm like, where can I go to find people that can help me because they like me? So here's my thing. I'll help anybody, but I want something in exchange for my help. As a real estate investor, I want the most valuable thing you have. I ask, what is that? They say, oh, it's my time. No, it's not your time. I want your friendship. I'll help anybody, but if you're my friend, I'm going to help you more. Why is this important? Because the key to my business is going to be the 5 or 6 people I surround myself with. I want them to get to know me, become my friends, and they're going to help me because they like me. Right? So do I want to wait, Corianne, until you're successful to come and approach you and go, will you be my friend now? Well, JJ, you ignored me 3 years ago when I was brand new. No. So I'm not going to wait. I'm going to build my business by leading with value. And the value I'm going to lead with is by helping the new investors to build their brand, build their network, build their visibility, so that when you walk into a room, everyone knows who you are. I'm not going to charge you a dime, you know. But the key to that is people are appreciative. And then down the line, if I want to get into something, it might be I need an agent, I need a broker, I'm going into multifamily, I'm going into commercial, I'm going into syndication. I need help. Well, if I've helped you to build your network and learn how to build relationships with people that are going to help you because they've come to like you for who you are, and you see me wanting to do something new, what's going to be the odds of you helping me? Probably pretty good. So I'm not looking for anything when I help people. I help people because that's who I am. I lead with my heart. I lead with my friendship. I got a really good people picker.
Yeah.
And if people aren't genuine and real in who they are, I don't have time for them. You know, one of the things I tell people all the time, and, you know, no offense, it's a lot of the newer investors, you know, have this situation, I'll call it a situation, is they're focused on that deal, focused on making that money, focused on getting that close. I tell my group all the time, I've got 4,500 people in my group, all across the country, 49 states, 35 education programs. I tell them all the time, don't chase the deal, chase the relationship. The deal can go good, the deal can go bad. When the deal's over, it's done. Mm-hmm. That person will want to continue to work with you or not. It's that simple. The relationship lasts forever. If I help you, Corianne, we may never do another deal together, but you're going to tell people that he's a good guy, he's going to help you, he's someone I believe in. You do not market your business, you market yourself. I've got 7 LLCs. People don't know what their names are. They might know the name of my holding company, which is Beechwood Home Solutions, which is Beechwood Canyon's behind me in the photo in the Hollywood Hills. Renee knows that canyon.
Well, I've door knocked that canyon. Do I know that canyon? Yes.
There you go. Again, you don't market your business, you market yourself. And you need to lead with being genuine. Where do people start? Just knowing how to talk to people. I've got a YouTube channel called Flip Side Up with JJ. I've got 280 videos, guest speakers from all around the country, wide variety of topics, playlists on getting started, playlists on private money, playlists on acquisitions, playlists on women in real estate. Got, I don't know, 15, 20 playlists, 280 videos. One of my video presentations is how to work the Room to Life meetup. How do you go to a meetup and work the Room to Life meetup? You see people go to these events and they sit back and they're quiet. Mm-hmm. They're with their friend and they won't leave their friend's side. Oh my gosh, that's my safety net, right? But, you know, how do you work the Room to Life meetup? You know, and I can go into that forever. I have another presentation I've done. It's on my YouTube channel. How to use your smartphone as a business tool. You know, it's. I mean, you've got technology, state-of-the-art technology. I got an iPhone 15. It's the best phone in the world. Are you guys using your smartphone as a business tool? Well, I make phone calls with it. You know, whatever. The best thing really is, you know, Pace Morby says it. If you guys know Pace Morby, I think a lot of people know him. We cannot do every task, especially if you want to scale up your business. You can't do every task. You need people to help you. You need an acquisitions manager, dispo manager, you need a transaction coordinator, you might need an innovator to do your back-end computer stuff. You can't do it all. But you have to be good enough at dealing with and connecting with people so that people like you. You resonate with them so they want to help you. Basically, I'm teaching people how to be a leader of their own company. And all I ask is one thing to help people. All I want is one thing. It's your friendship. You know, my website's jjazizian.com. If you see my little name there, it'd be jjazizian.com. My phone number's on the screen. If you guys can see that, call me. I'm here for anybody. You know, I've got 4,500 people in the group. I just tell them if you don't use my group, it won't do you any help. Won't do you any good. I'm here for anyone who wants help to build their business.
Well, we'll definitely put in our comments your Facebook group because I want people to go there and engage. But I have like
no, not the Facebook group. I don't add anybody to my Facebook group unless they register first. Now you're accepting
registration then.
Facebook all the time, right? But if you add an investor to your friends list and we have mutual friends, I'm going to accept them. What good is that? You can't sign an escrow document through a Facebook message. You can't send earnest money deposit to a Facebook message. You need someone's phone number. You need their email address. You need to be able to get on the phone and talk to them and get to know them. Do Do I resonate with them? Do they resonate with me? I love this person. I'm all about them. Or you know what? We couldn't talk. We didn't connect. No, thank you. Right?
Okay. I think this might be answering my question, because I was going to say that I've found myself stuck with what I've coined as the ack hole, where they ask so many questions and they have so many things that they need. And I want to be their friends and I want to see them over the hump that gets them to their deal. But eventually I just find myself incredibly drained by friendships instead of built up by them. So is that really the only filter that you use, is that you're on the phone call and enjoy it with them? Or do you have other filters that you kind of consider as well as to who you're inviting into your friendship circles?
Well, one, I want people to register for my group so I have their email and their phone number. Once they're registered, I'll get on the phone. I mean, how many people can you add in a day? Whatever. Once they register, I'll accept them to the group. I like to talk to them as quickly as possible, because if I don't convey to them how I could help them, they're not going to use the group. They're just not. History's shown me that. So I need to talk to people, not only to convey to them how I can help them, but to see if I even resonate with them. Because what I want to do is I want to build my network, and the way you build your network is by building real life personal relationships. It's not by adding people to your friends list. You know, so you know, I want them to register. I want to get their phone number, their email. I want to get on the phone, talk to folks, make sure that we connect. Because what I really want to do is I want to connect you to all the people in my group. That's where the real benefit is, not with me. It is with me, but I mean, it starts with me. It just gets exponentially bigger behind me when you jump into 4,500 people.
Oh, 100%.
Which is interesting for a certain, age bracket, right? Because I didn't grow up with all this technology. JJ and I didn't grow up with all this technology. So when you called somebody a friend, they were actually your friend. Maybe they were a colleague. Maybe they were, a peripheral person that you saw every now and again, depending on how deep you go with the definition of a friend. But I truly believe that Facebook specifically has changed potentially the definition of engagement to what a friend is. Now it's a like, but they still call it friends. So, it's a deeper psychology, but I think for us as individuals, it's really defining what is a friend, right? It's not allowing social media or something extraneous to decide what a friend is, because there's absolutely no way that you can know, what is it on the personal page, 5,000 people if you max out. And then of course, if you go to, more of a business profile, then you can have unlimited amount of people. So what, like JJ's saying, it's kind of like, what is the point of that? I mean, if you're just famous and you want the notoriety and occasion, and you've got a whole machine behind you because you're a celebrity and you're in films and you're, that's different. But if you're really truly looking to do business with people, especially in the real estate realm, especially when you're dealing with other people's money, people get very funny with their money. And when you're dealing with other people's money, you absolutely want to know, like, and trust them. This is not just about a notoriety and know me. You want to ... like and trust, as JJ's saying. So this is not just another pontification about how to get more eyeballs on you. It's really how to deepen connection. That's ultimately why we're having this conversation.
And that's so true. Corianne asked you, what are the steps? Adding someone as a friend on Facebook allows you the opportunity to say, thanks for adding me. I tell everybody, don't accept anyone as a friend until they give you the phone number. Hey, thank you for your friend request. I see you requested me. I like to get to know all the people that I add. Can we please exchange phone numbers? Here's my number. Can I please have your number back? Like, oh, so then you can,
Calendly. Yeah.
then you can talk to that person. The key is really, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. Even the ones that join the group, I don't hear from everybody, but the ones that reach out to me, I'm there to help them as much as I can, because I realize that everything I invest into somebody else is going to come back to me threefold, fivefold, tenfold, 10x, as they say. But people help people that they like, that they know and like. So I want them to know me and like me, because I'm going to do everything I can to teach you how to leverage my network of 4,500 investors to explode your visibility, explode your business. I want nothing in return except for one thing: somebody's friendship.
Ultimately, JJ, what I hear you saying as well, aside from friendship, because that's really the connectivity that we were talking about, it's also reputation. You know, business as old as time has been really based on reputation, and reputation is over time, right? You need to prove to people through your actions that you are reliable. And there's lots of different ways to show up to be reliable. It's consistency, and consistency breeds safety, and safety breeds trust. And people want to do business with people they know, like, and trust. So that's the line right there. Now, when you're doing business, I get it. We were all 20 something in this group too. And even when I was in my 20s, I did not operate like this. So if you find yourself in a compulsion to just do transactions because you want to make the money, and you're utilizing the words hustle and grind, which those of us that get a little older don't use that vocabulary because we have burned ourselves out with the hustle and grind. So we do things differently. But I'm telling you that you do not want to hustle and grind your way through making money, because your reputation will precede you. And the worst reputation that you will get is the one that's bespoke, the one that walks before you, because you think you might not be doing anything wrong. But if you hustle people and you don't do, and you don't show up, and you don't create that relationship, especially in the realm of real estate, those of you who are actually prospecting realtors, the average realtor's age is right around 40 to 50 years old. This is National Association of Realtors. I get it. Bigger cities like Los Angeles, where I live, there's a lot of younger people, but even younger, they're more in their 30s into their 40s. And people do not want to be hustled. So this is something, this conversation to have in the background about how you can have longevity. And the first thing that I heard out of the broker, day one, brokerage one, I've been at several different brokerages around, was, you know, you do not, this is exactly what this woman said. She was tough as nails. She said, you don't want to screw the other agent, because your deals will come and go. The agent's always going to be here. AKA, what was she saying 19 years ago, really prior to all the social media, is your reputation will precede you. And if you don't do right by the other agent, good luck on getting your offer accepted, because the agent community is actually pretty small. Even though there's a lot of agents, there's only so many agents that are doing so much business. And believe me, we know each other. Now, on the investor side of things, it goes for the same thing. We know the investors that are trying to hustle us. We know the investors that cancel contracts and don't give us this, that, and the other thing. You think you're only doing it to one agent? We all have our little black books. So I'm being emphatic right now because JJ is out here wanting to create more of a conversation on the how-tos. You listen to Corianne and I every week, it gets to be a little old, but here's a gentleman who's talking to thousands of people across the country. And, you know, there's a simpatico on how to actually work with and communicate with people. So please utilize him, and please utilize his YouTube. I go to his YouTube. It's brilliant. I listen to other people talk, and it's a heck of a resource for free. So thank you for doing that, JJ.
You're very welcome. You know, and what you just said is just so true. Whether you're an agent or a broker, buying a house, selling a house, or an investor, or you're a private money lender, or you're building your buy and hold portfolio, real estate, no matter what aspect in which you're approaching it, it's a people business. Mm-hmm. I say it all the time. I'll buy a property from anyone where the numbers make sense. I'll sell a property to anyone whose money clears escrow. But if I'm going to be your private money lender and I need to account to you, you need to account to me for, if I'm going to be a private money lender, I'm going to lend you some money, and you need to account to me for the money I've lent you. Or you're going to be my private money lender, and I need to account to you for the money that you've lent me. Or we're joint venturing, we're financially in bed together. I need to make sure that person has the heart, character, integrity of someone I'm going to invite into my home to sit with my kids and grandkids, my parents and grandparents, that I would trust if I got to go out of my house for half an hour to go see one of my properties and come back. Because if you do not have that heart, character, and integrity, I'm not doing business with you. I don't care how much money you have or how many deals you've done. Because what we want to do is surround ourselves with people that we want to work with forever. And, you know, for me, I'm building an army of investors. Just for no other purpose but to help the new investor know that as I introduce you to other people, you're now going to be making friends with other people that you can call whenever you need help. And the more people that you can call and get assistance from, the more confident you're going to be as an investor. The more confident you're going to be as an investor, the more successful you're going to be as an investor. There's just no two ways around that. You know, just by surrounding yourself with people.
You know, so well said, because Jamil always talks about a story where his wife wasn't well. She needed a very expensive medicine, and he had a deal that he could sell. He had a wholesale, And it took them all afternoon. I think it was on a Sunday. And this was Jamil, not Jamil so much as we know him, but Jamil more operating as a single wholesaler. So prior to Astro Flipping coming on the scene, but needless to say, he was still doing quite well for himself, knew a lot of people, was getting a lot of deals, etc. And he had this one deal that was going to basically pay for the medication that his wife needed. And he ended up, I think he said he ended up calling like 100 wholesalers, and every single 99 of them said no, and one said, yeah, I'll take it. And so the point of me saying that is he even had 100 or more wholesalers that he could call that already knew, like, and trusted him. It just didn't pencil out. The deal didn't pencil out, but they picked up the phone call. They were willing to listen and give, and say, okay, not for me, no, next, right? But how many of you out here are really drilling down into your relationships where somebody's going to pick up your phone on a Sunday to assume that you're bringing them a deal? That's where you guys want to be with the know, like, and trust.
The big key to all that is you're going to have an investment opportunity. You're going to sell something. You have a funding opportunity. I've seen it all the time. People will post something on social media, go, no one's responding to my post. No one's responding to my post. One, you haven't leveraged social media to be visible. The algorithm for activity in Facebook predicates how visible they're going to make you. But whether it's a social media post, whether it's networking within your community, you need to be visible, right? You need to build your network before you need it. I say it all the time, don't deal chase a relationship. People go, oh, I'm posting and I need some help. Can you help me? It's like, no, you need to build your visibility first. Your networking, what we're doing now, anyone even watching this, you're networking. Mm-hmm. Networking done properly leads to visibility. Visibility acquired properly leads to opportunity. You and I, whether it's, Corianne, you or Renee, or whoever's watching this right now, we all want the exact same thing. We want to surround ourselves with successful people that will help us because they like us. Flat out. That's what we want. And we do that through networking. We do that by making ourselves visible and being genuine in who we are. How do we promote ourselves? We need to promote ourselves in the same perspective that our family and friends, people that really know us, see us to be. If I look at someone's Facebook page, I'm an agent, I'm a broker, and all I see is real estate, I'm like, great, where's the real person? Who are you behind that? I tell people, all I see is Facebook, real estate on someone's page, I'm bored to tears. So I have agents and brokers ask me all the time, well, what should I post? You need to lead with who you are, right? Mm-hmm. You need to mark your commonality. What does that mean? You want to lead with the acronym FORD, like the automobile, FORD. Family, occupation, recreation, and dreams. Oh my God, Corianne's got kids, I got kids. Renee's got a dog, I got a dog. Corianne likes to go shoot pool, I like to shoot pool. Renee's got a Harley Davidson, I got a Harley Davidson. Or you're fishing, or you're camping, or you like sporting events, or you like jazz music, going to live concerts. But everyone that's out there that's in the real estate investment field, whether you're an agent, a broker, or investor, we all have real estate in common. There's millions of us out there. What sets you apart from everybody else that they're going to want to work with you? What's your commonality? You use your Facebook page to market yourself as who you are so people can find a comment and go, oh my gosh, Renee, I love her. Look at what she's doing. She's just like me. Corianne, she's traveling. She loves horses. She loves the outdoors. She loves the mountains and snow skiing. She's just like me. That's who I want to work with. Mm-hmm. You do not market your business. You market yourself. People need to know who you are and what you're about. They need to love you for the exact same reasons your family and friends do. And if you're not marketing yourself, you're not marketing your business correctly, because you don't market your business. You market yourself. It's all about who you know, right? You've heard that, right? Mm-hmm. They're wrong. It's about who knows you. You can know everyone in the room. And if not one more person knows you from the time you walked in for an hour event, 2-hour event, 3-day event, you wasted your time, if not wasted your money. Yeah. You need to learn how to work the room with intention. When I go to an event, I'm working the room like a bee going from flower to flower for honey or whatever it happens to be, right? I spend so much time talking to somebody. I'm resonating. I'm going to get a little bit more time. I've got this little networking trick that I use. We can get into that later maybe. If I'm not resonating, so hey, thank you very much. Sorry to waste your time. And I'm on to the next person. But no matter how long that event is there, I want to maximize my time for to meet as many people as I can as quickly as possible. I don't care about a business card. I want to leave with a real cell phone number, not a work number, not a Google Voice, not a 10X, not an 8x8. And there's a little trick I do for that. But yeah, networking, branding, it's my thing. Pace Warmby has called me the best in the country at what I do. I don't think there's anybody. If there is, I'd love to meet them, and we can help one another go even further. It's not about competition; it's about collaboration.
So, JJ, I want to ask you though. Oh, Corianne, go ahead.
You go ahead, hon.
So, what I'm hearing is, right? So, there's got to be inevitably eyeballs that are watching, ears that are listening. What would you share with somebody who is truly an introvert? They are just so uncomfortable getting out of a shell. Is there sort of a next step from there?
Oh, yeah.
And then hitching their wagon to a wheel. I just make a comment here that, us three are like personality plus, right? And sometimes it's just really know thyself. If you just are in a state of uncomfortability and like networking and doing all the things that JJ's saying, it just goes against the grain. You're like, I ain't going to do it, but I know I need to do it. There may become a time where we need each other. You said that, right? Like if you're going to scale, you need people. And there are plenty of people that would prefer to just be at home behind a computer, and they're great at systems. They don't necessarily need to talk to a lot of people face to face, and they can hide and they can do whatever they're comfortable with if that's where they live. But please don't be so quiet that you don't hitch your wagon to a wheel like myself or Corianne or JJ. We need you. We need your behind the scenes stuff, because I'm not going to do that. I've never sat still. I was in the principal's office every day in elementary school because I didn't sit still. Swear to God, facts. But the kid that sat next to me that didn't say peep is probably the kid that would do really well behind the scenes, with me and for me. And so you can come along to the, networking event with me, and maybe you just find your two people while, JJ and Corianne and I are like talking to the other, 400 people that are in the room. So I just want to bring in everybody into this conversation, because people really become very uncomfortable having to do what's necessary to network. Is there another alternative for personalities that are just not happy with that?
Well, I'll take that to the live event, right? Live event and social media. Let's go to live event first. I hear it all the time. I'm brand new. I don't know anything. I'm afraid to talk to people. I'm afraid to go up to people. I don't know what to say. So I don't bring any value. They're intimidated because I don't bring any value. How can I bring value if I don't know anything? When is a new investor, new real estate person, agent, whatever it happens to be, you're going to an event, you don't know anything. You're going to meet people that are very, very experienced. They want to work with other people. They're not only looking to meet experienced people, they're looking to build their teams. They're looking to connect with people that are willing to work hard. What does that mean? Sometimes they're a new person that doesn't know anything, but they're looking to add to their team, just as a new person needs to learn to become a part of a team. Mm-hmm. So what investors are looking for is someone that's going to go up and introduce themselves to that experienced person. Someone who's going to engage with conversation. How do you present yourself? Do you speak well? Do you listen? And listening is huge, because what you want to do when you're at a live event, someone says, oh, that person's really successful, or they look like they're confident, everyone knows them, and kind of meander that way and say, hi, my name's, JJ, is this your first time here, or, are you, a broker? Are you, an investor? And they'll answer that question. What you want to get around as quickly as possible is talking about Ford, F-O-R-D, family occupation, recreation, and dreams. Oh, so you're wearing a Johnny Cash hat, or you're wearing a cowboy hat, or are you a horse person? You're wearing something about a football team. Do you like sports? You want to tap into this Ford to see what really resonates with. Oh, my wife oh, your wife. So she's in the music. My wife loves music. Oh my gosh. And my kids, who are your kids? You want to get them talking about themselves, because everybody's favorite topic is themselves. Mm-hmm. So after 10 minutes, you talk to this person, you walk away, they'll talk to somebody else. Have you met Corianne over there? Oh my gosh, she's wonderful. Just talk to her for 10 minutes. Why do they think you're wonderful? Because for 8 of the 10 minutes, you got them talking about themselves.
Absolutely.
Right. So what they're going to like is that as a new person, you're conversational, you're engaging, you will listen to them and shut your mouth while they're talking. They're going to throw a question right back at you to involve you. You answer as quickly as you can. You throw it right back to them and get them talking again on a topic that they have great passion about, like media networking. They have great passion with, and what's going to happen is you're going to become endeared to them because you have tapped into their heart, into who they are as an individual on a topic that's near and dear to them, and they're going to remember you over every single person they've met that event. That's at a live meetup, right?
Yeah.
When you're going to do this through social media, through Facebook, because that's more engaging than Instagram is you want to comment on people's posts, right? When you do your own post, Facebook's predicated upon engagement. So Facebook is also a visual forum. So if I see a post in any group I belong to, just in my news feed, and this post does not have a picture, there's no link, there's no GIF image, just written words, I'm like, oh my God, they're not doing it right? This Facebook's a visual forum. You need to give them something. You need to give the reader something to catch their eye to go, oh, let me read this. You can't count on the value of the written word to be enough to get people to stop scrolling and take the time to read the message that you've written.
I made a Facebook post today that was only text. And even as I posted it, I was like, ooh, this needs an image, but I just got to get this out there. And now I'm like, oh, JJ caught me, hands down.
Frequently, Disney money, Disney house, Disney sales, Disney cat, Disney dog, because everybody loves a Disney image. But with your post, hey, I got this great deal and we're doing this and the numbers are this, and I see a post like, what's your question? Great, you have an investment opportunity, big deal. What's your question? Well, I need private money, or I'm looking for someone who might want to invest in this, or I'm looking for a joint venture partner. The question is the call for engagement, right? You want people to engage with your post because got a question here. There's certain social media platforms that you recommend over Facebook, Yoli, because
you were answering it. I could feel it.
Yeah.
I get a lot of young kids saying, Facebook's for old folks. I don't do Facebook. I do Instagram. I said, you do? Oh, yeah, I do Instagram all day long. I'm like, okay, great. So are you a real estate investor? Oh, yes, I am. Oh, great. So you're a real estate investor. But you don't use Facebook? No, I use Instagram. I said, okay. Do you need, investors for your project? Oh, yes, I do. You need someone to purchase your project? Oh, yeah, I need buyers. And you don't use Facebook? Oh, no, I use Instagram. Okay. So when it comes to buyers, people funding deals, who's got the money, the young folks or the old folks? Oh, the old folks.
Old folks.
Okay. Are the old folks on Facebook or Instagram? They're on Facebook. And you don't use Facebook? No, I don't use Facebook. I use Instagram with all the kids that don't have any money.
Congratulations on your followers that aren't helping you do anything or any deals.
There's all these education groups out there, whether it's Sub2, whether it's Thrive, Clever Investor, Bill Allen's 7-figure flippers, Sub2, Astro Flipping. They all have a Facebook page for their community. They want there are a multitude of free Facebook groups out there. And everybody joins all these. I probably belong to 100 different groups, right? They join these groups because they have the commonality of investment. There are no groups on Instagram. There aren't. There just aren't. So you want to tap into the communities. You want to tap into the other investors. And you do that by being visible in these communities. How do you do this? You add a GIF image to your post. You add a photo to your post. Right? And you add a question to drive engagement. A question to call for answer. Call for engagement. Now let's say, Renee, that you do a post and you've got this house that's for sale. It's got a blue door, beautiful house, blue door, brand new windows with the stickers on it. I'm going to say, great post, Renee, or congratulations, good job. You see that all the time.
Yeah.
Any reason for you to respond to those statements? No, none whatsoever. I ask a question with my comment. Renee, why'd you paint the door blue? Well, blue's my favorite color. The owners wanted blue. So now the person whose post you're responding to is going to answer your question. They know your name. What do you do?
That was one of the first things I learned from you, JJ. It's so good.
What do you do? You follow with another question. Hey, great, that explains that. Why did you paint the door blue? No. What was the lead time on the windows? I see the stickers on the windows. Well, the lead time on the windows was 3 months. Do I care what the lead time on the windows? No. Do I care what painting the door blue? No. I want the engagement. I want the person who's visibly successful in that community, whose post I'm responding to see my name, to see my engagement, and then I'm going to send them a friend request, and I'm going to follow that friend request with a Facebook message saying, hi, Fred Flintstone. My name is JJ. I was just commenting on your post. I'd love to add you to my friends list. Please look for my friend request, because they're never going to put 2 and 2 together that your friend request is one of the 200 waiting for them without they don't even have a message. Please accept my friend request. Oh, and can we please talk on the phone? I'd love to get to know the people I'm adding. Here's my number. Can I please have your number? They're going to give you their phone number or their calendar link. And now you're talking to the person that you wanted to build a relationship to because you made yourself. Oh, and with the question that you ask, you add a GIF image to your comment on their post. Why? Because of the other 45 comments on that person's post, you're probably going to be one of the 3 or 4 out of 45 that uses a GIF image. So now you're visible. Every time you use a GIF image with your comment, it's like waving a flag. Hey, look at me. Here I am. Here I am. I'm back again. Renee Casey. Hey, Corianne, right. I'm back again.
Yeah.
I went to my first live meetup. I was 2-3 months into Fortune Builders, which is a group that's about to close their doors. And I met one of my coaches at a live event in Las Vegas, and I take the elevator to the second floor to the event area, and I see this coach, Dave Fair. Hey, JJ, Dave, how you doing? You know, we were on the phone. I recognized him from his Facebook page. First thing he says out of his mouth after greeting me is, I see you all over Facebook. Right? Now, here's the thing. Facebook doesn't measure engagement in the real estate community versus and away from your engagement with your family and friends. We all have family and friends on Facebook. Use the GIF images in your responses, your replies, your comments to your family and friends' posts. Cute, colorful little GIF images. Why? Because their friends are going to love those. They're going to heart those. They're going to give the thumbs up. They're going to like those GIF images, which escalates your visibility in Facebook's algorithm for activity. And what's going to happen there? All the engagement you create away from real estate, what's that going to do in your real estate community? Increase it. So you want to use GIF images everywhere like it's going out of style. And every comment that you use, no matter where it is, you always want to ask a question just to see if you get that person to answer that question.
There are 2 parts of my brain you just connected. And it's like one of those moments where you're like, whoo, because I'm queen of the phones. I'm really good at act on the phones with agents because of that exact reason. I'm great at asking questions, guiding them to talk to me until they want to sell to me. But I have never really thought about that in comments on a Facebook. I'm also really good at the GIFs in comments on Facebook. And I think I could just feel my brain connect those 2 as being incredibly powerful in creating conversation and engagement, which is really the goal, is to be known. Today, I had a deal. I'm still working it. And the reason that deal was brought to me was the ACK on the wholesale said specifically, I see you everywhere right now. You're everywhere. And I'm like, I'm doing that on purpose. And then the second part is I took it to a buyer, and then the buyer was like, oh, I've seen this already, but since you sent it to me, I'll go walk it. And I took it back to the ACK and I said, hey, my buyer is willing to walk this. Do you know this particular buyer? And they went, oh, yeah, I know him. But why is he walking it for you and not walking it for me? Because he knows me. And it's basically, it's exactly that, to get the deals done on both sides of why I get to participate in this deal is really, truly just because other people knew my name before they knew how to work with me.
You marketed yourself. You marketed yourself, which is building your network before you need it. You know, back to the Facebook comments commenting to someone else's post. Here's gold nuggets. Get out your pencils, papers, people. There are 5 ways to respond to a post, right? First one is what's called the like button. Like in the beginning of time, Facebook only had the thumbs up. We've all seen the thumbs up. But as Facebook grew to millions and millions of users, it realized it needed to have an algorithmic value for everything to give people credit for participation and activity, because who gets the visibility? Well, the people that create the more activity, the more engagement will give them the most activity. So everyone's already using the thumbs up. So what did Facebook do? They created 6 more little emojis. The care, the wow, the sad, the angry, the heart, right? Those 6 other emojis give you credit for clicking the like button. The thumbs up gives you nothing for clicking it. Now, if you do a post and people hit that thumbs up, you get credit all day long. But if you're responding to 100 different posts with the thumbs up, you get 0 credit for your activity. So the first way you can respond to a post to benefit your visibility is clicking the reaction button, known as the like button, and picking anything except for the thumbs up. I'll pick the heart, I'll pick the wow, I'll pick the care, sometimes the sad, but number 1 is the reaction button. Number 2, comment. When you write a comment on someone's post, you're engaging with them. You get credit for that. They get credit for that because you responded to their post. You're now engaging with them. They get credit for it. Renee, you get credit for engaging with Corianne's post. Right, so number 2 is a comment. But most comments that you'll see, I just joined the group. Welcome. I just did this project. Congratulations. It's made a good job. There's no reason to engage with that. Mm-hmm. Third way to engage with a post is with a question in your comment. Always ask a question with your comment. Question is a call for engagement, especially when you're commenting on the post with someone who's very, very successful. Mm-hmm. You want to build that relationship and do that by engaging with them. The 4th way to engage with a post is with a GIF image, or Corianne calls it the GIF image, right? When I was a kid, we had Jif peanut butter with JIF. I call it GIF, like a gift without the T. But it's that moving little colorful and animated character, and frequently you could use a baby or a puppy or a kitten because people love babies, puppies, and kittens. Disney is a great GIF image to use because everyone loves a Disney character. Hmm. But the purpose of using that is like waving a flag. See me? No one else is using the GIF image. I'm the GIF image person. I'm Corianne Wright. You should know me. I'm the GIF image. Everywhere I go, people see my GIF image. They know me, right? So you always want to use a GIF image, and even away from real estate, because people are going to see that. They're going to react to it, which is going to escalate your visibility in your real estate community. And how many ways did I say you can engage with a post? Remember?
You said there were 5, and we're at 4.
Yeah.
5. You know what the last way is?
To share it?
No. Tag the person whose post it is.
Mm.
So everyone sees people tag someone in a post. Renee Kishy, great post. I'm never going to tag you by first and last name. Why? Because I'm not going to walk into your house at a party and go, Corianne Wright, where's the restroom?
Right.
My house, I'm not going to go, Renee Kishy, you want a hot dog or barbecue off the grill?
Right.
You know your last name. Your brain knows your last name. Right? So when you put someone's name in there and you tag them, and that cursor's pulsating right now, you can hit the backspace delete key, back out the last name, put a comma, continue with your statement. Corianne, great post. Renee, congratulations. Why'd you make the door blue? Right?
Yeah.
So, and a question. Both of those together has to be insanely powerful.
They're now going to be tagged. They're going to get a notification on Facebook that Renee just mentioned you in a comment. Oh, let me see what comments you mentioned me in. Oh, there's a question. Let me answer that question.
Yeah.
5 ways. The like button. 2 is a comment. 3 is a question. 4 is a GIF image. 5 is tag the person in the first name. I'm never going to speak to someone in the first person, referring to them in the third person. I'll be talking to Corianne and we're having this conversation. You know Renee Kishy? Oh yeah, I know her. I could talk about Renee by last name when I'm referring to her in the third person. I will never address Renee in the her because she knows her last name.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
That's so powerful.
the human brain is going to recognize this as a personal and personable delivery.
Mm-hmm.
The human brain is going to also go, what? You're calling me JJ? I know my last name. I see your comment. I see your question. I understand what you're trying to convey to me. Yes, I do. I don't know why you got my last name in there, but okay. I'll answer the question.
Yeah. But the question opens a loop in the other person's brain. Like they're almost compelled to answer the question.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And that's especially when the question relates to their post.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
If you're posting about a house, I'm not going to ask you about your kids.
Yeah. Please
If you're
don't
posting
ask
about
better
a
questions.
I'm not going to ask you how your vacation was in Chicago.
Yeah.
You know, they want to talk about what they put up in their post, so you ask a question about what's in their post.
And that's how you become truly great in this. What's funny is we're kind of turning into a time where asking the right question will make you infinitely better at anything you want to do. Like you approach a chat GPT, it's not that resource is there, it's how you ask it a question to get a response. And that carries on and over into our communication on the day-to-day with people. It's not how am I engaging with you, it's how am I formulating the question to create your engagement and interest in me.
Well, and it's funny you should say that because you're dead on right. You know, how do I ask the question? How do I formulate what we're talking about? What I like to think I bring every day. I mean, a day does not go by when I'm talking to 3 new investors. It doesn't go by. I'm talking to 100 people a month, easily. What I'm bringing to the table for free, what we're talking about is business communications, interpersonal relations in regard to social media and real estate. I've got a group that does that for free with almost 5,000 people. No one in the country does that. Every group's about short sales. It's about cold calling. It's about creative finance. It's about wholesaling. It's about rehabbing. It's about the deal. But you cannot do this industry, especially you cannot scale up unless you can put people around you that are going to be there for you and help you out, predominantly because they like you, if not love you. How do you build relationships? How do you genuinely reach out and create your network? And I tell people, if you join my group, I'm going to teach you how to network, right, Corianne? And then when I do, I'm going to tell you to go build your own network, right? No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
I would imagine not. Yeah.
Join my network. It's already built to 5,000 people. And I'm going to teach you how to leverage it. But with that, as you're meeting people through the course of networking, building real relationships, you'll add these people to your friends list. People you're actually meeting, knowing, getting a phone number with, engaging, getting to know personally, to give your friends list value. If you don't know the name, if you don't know the people that you've added to your friends list, if you don't have a phone number for them, I would ask any of you watching right now, go to your friends list. How many people do you really know? How many do you have a phone number for? And I'll tell you how much value your friends, you'll tell yourself how much value your friends list.
Yeah. I mean, that's huge right there. In fact, I've been, adding more people, and in full truth, I'm sure some of the people that are here is because I invited you in the DMs, right? I wanted to engage, and I went into Facebook groups, and I went into your DM, and I put a little note, and then I tagged this with it, this link, with it for Ask an Agent Anything or some of the other podcasts that we're hosting. And I learned from you, JJ, in this, some things to tweak. I'm going to do definitely the phone number thing, maybe put the Calendly in there as well, and see the engagement. So it takes a few extra steps, but I think there's something, and look, it's almost like a FOMO, becomes a slight addiction, maybe not an alcohol type of an addiction, but mind your mind with an addiction. It's like, how many likes can I get? How many people can I, just get this out to today? And what kind of spaghetti can I throw against the wall? And there's sort of like a push-pull with that. I mean, inevitably, like, it's a numbers game, a lot of it. There's certain people that are engaged, not going to engage. But ultimately, it's who are you being and the intent behind what you're doing, and bringing some of that to this, right? It's like, here's something that I learned in a leadership program a long time ago, is that people do not live over here. people don't actually live in your head. There's not a shrunken little JJ or Corianne that actually live in my head. It's my perception of who you are to me that is in my head. The truth is people live out here. They live outside of you. So if you take, whether it's the acronym FORD, whether if you just hype yourself up at an event and you're like, oh, I don't know anything, I'm new, I'm this, I'm that, how am I going to bring value? Do you hear how that's all about you? And people don't really care. Maybe your mom's going to hold your hand if you're that scared, and it's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to say, I'm uncomfortable, I don't like this, to your BFF that's there, or even to yourself. And we're grown-ups, you know, that's our little 8-year-old that's talking to us. That's something that happened maybe when we were 8 years old, that we did not want to say something out loud for fear of somebody ridiculing us. That's who's showing up at the networking event. The truth is nobody cares how you really feel. So, you know, putting on your big girl pants and becoming the adult, you know, parent that needs you to be there in that moment, and then show up and ask questions out loud about the people who are out there and not about how you feel. That for the introverts in the room, or that for the people that just don't like networking, promise you, when you live out there and you talk to people about what's important to them, like what we've been saying here, that will actually get you out of your head, because your brain will be forced to engage, to listen to an answer, and you won't feel like you don't have anything to contribute. So the hardest step is going from, I don't want to be here, I don't know what I'm going to do, I don't want to pick up the phone and make a cold call, I don't want to do anything for fear of rejection, to that very first conversation or that very first call. That gap is your hardest position in any moment of any day. And when you get over here with the people that you're talking to, whether it's live, on the phone, or otherwise, I guarantee you that engagement will get you out of your head and be over here where people live, so that you can be of service and do more business and contribute. And that's ultimately what we're all doing, is locking arms together and seeing what's important to me and what's important to you, and how can we work together, because we do need each other.
That's so huge. You know, one of the things with my group that I'm trying to help people bridge that gap is, one, we have guest speakers twice a week. Before each Zoom call, before each guest speaker, for half an hour, if not an hour, I'm teaching Facebook 101 for free, all the tips and tricks that I've learned to help other people learn how to build their visibility. But after the guest speaker's over and done, all the people on the call stick around and break them into breakout rooms of 7 to 8. They're live time networking with investors from all over the country, from a variety of education groups, from, you know, multiple levels of experience. The commonalities, they've all been on a phone call or a Zoom call with me, to understand that the purpose of these breakout rooms is to help the new investor, who's you, the new investor to the group. And I'll basically say, Corianne, I want to introduce you to Renee. Girls, why don't you exchange phone numbers right now and text one another, so you each have one's contact. And then sometime in the next week, jump on a Zoom call and get acquainted. Don't talk about real estate, but talk about Ford. Practice getting to know someone. So everyone in my group realizes that they're helping the new investor learn how to bridge that gap, learn how to talk to somebody else. And everyone on my Zoom call, like I've got right now, everyone has their phone number up. Everyone has the abbreviation for their state up, whether it's, you know, Texas, Florida, Illinois, wherever it happens to be, or SoCal versus NorCal, to know this is where I'm at. I can be boots on the ground for you possibly. But you can then take the number of every single person in that breakout room, every single person on that Zoom call, because they all realize that when you reach out to them, their purpose of being in that group is to help the new investor be more comfortable in reaching out to someone else. You're not going to be rejected. They're going to be there to extend their friendship. And now you're adding people to your friends that you're real life engaging with. You have their phone number, you're getting to know them. It's going to make you more confident as a real estate investor. It's going to be more confident in your networking. And when you put those pieces together, you can't lose. And it's all for free.
So we've covered a lot of topics here, JJ. I mean, for those of you in the audience that are, you know, personality plus, and you don't need any help necessarily turning on the charm, there's some nuggets in there on how to better engage. And for those of you who are just feeling like it's so uncomfortable, first of all, being uncomfortable is just a space of growth. It's just your brain keeping you safe. And if you goes, thank you very much, I'm going to go on and do this, then you will find that you will overcome even those little moments in your day that seem insignificant, but they're stopping you. And they're stopping you not only from you having success, they're stopping you from other people getting to know who you are. And that in and of itself can be very selfish. If you consider that the case, then open your heart and get out there and just be uncomfortable. Because the truth is the next person's uncomfortable too. Just some of us know how to, charm our way through it a little bit more. But it's, we'd all want to just be on the couch watching Netflix for the most part. But that's not how we're programmed. We need and want each other. And so speaking of JJ, I put in the chat here the link to the Facebook, at least your Facebook mastermind group. So everybody take that screenshot or just go
You're
to
gonna have to register and give your number.
Yes.
My website is jjazizian.com.
Oh, okay, perfect. Even better. Well, we'll put that in there. Okay.
For now, button. And then that gets you registered for the group because I don't add anybody to the people who register. If they do go to the Facebook group, one of the questions is, please go to jjazizian.com and register for the group.
We'll give you guys the funnel. This has been incredibly helpful to me, somebody who I already show up in the rooms, and I'm definitely a networker, but protecting my time and energy and understanding how to allow my conversations to have quality rather than just have quantity. I think this conversation has been hugely helpful. Thank you, JJ.
Thank you.
Oh, so good. And listen, if you're in the LA area, JJ, I'm going to be there on Saturday. It's Saturday the 15th. It's in Griffith Park. I'll let you say a little bit more, but JJ's putting on a huge event. It's not just like, get to the park and kick around some picnic benches. I mean, he's got this very well organized. We're going to be engaging. You're going to be meeting people. So come one, come all. You get to meet this little mug in person. If you and I haven't met and you're in the LA area, it's well worth the drive to get to Griffith Park. And it's basically an all-day event, JJ. So say a little bit more about what that is.
It's second annual. It's actually the third time I'm hosting there. We started off with Pace Warby's book signing last year. A month later was our first annual picnic. We're expecting 300 investors. And we've got 250 signed up already. We're asking everyone for a $20 admission fee. All the money is collected, go to a nonprofit for underprivileged kids. Whatever the total figure is that we collect, I'm going to double that and double the donation to the kids. It goes to a local sporting facility in San Fernando Valley. But you go to my website, jjazizian.com, scroll down and see the picture of the picnic. And just next to that, it says register now for the picnic. Registering you for the picnic registers you for my group. You can pay for PayPal, Venmo, or Zelle. But it's an all-day networking. We're starting at 10 in the morning. If you want to get there and volunteer and meet more people, get there at 9. Get there early for better parking. We'll have a magician from the Magic Castle, if you guys know what that is, doing card tricks and sleight of hand. We're going to have about 10 of my previous guest speakers. We're going to have a caterer. The first 100 people that get there get a ticket for a taco plate from the taco vendor. And it's a great time. It's just everybody building relationships. I'm going to have about 20, 25 volunteers that are working the room, actually brushing up on their networking skills. How do I talk to someone I don't know? If you want to come and work on your skills, come be a volunteer and meet other investors who are looking to meet other people. It couldn't be more easy to build your network. And it's an all-day networking event. Go to jjazizian.com, scroll on down, see the little picnic photo, click the register now, and come join us.
How fun, you guys. Even if you're 45 minutes away, an hour away, I'm promoting it. Just come. It's really for not only a good cause, but it'll help yourself, help everybody that's there. And there's a lot of representation in better part of LA and Southern California for the investor community. So get the word out, even if it's an agent, and they just want to get to know more investors, please have them come. It's in the park, it's outside. So if you have kids, if you have dogs, I mean, I don't know, maybe you want to leave them at home, but at least it's outside.
Well, definitely the dogs come in the park, dogs in the park, and obviously we don't want to be stupid, stepping in any love piles. It's an all-day event, just meeting other people, building relationships. You're not going to resonate with everyone, but they're going to be people that you do resonate with. And it's just an opportunity to practice all day long your skills at talking to people you don't know. And what's going to surprise you is you're going to find some people that you leave by really, and here's the catch. I didn't share this one earlier. When you go to a meetup and you're meeting people, what do you want? You want their phone number. I'm talking to Corianne. I've never met her before. We're having conversation, and we're really clicking. I'm like, hey, it's someone I want to stay in touch with. I'm going to say, Corianne, can I get a selfie with you? She's going to be sure. So I'm going to get my phone out. I'm going to hold it up. I'm going to take a selfie of us. She may have just handed me her business card with her Google Voice or work number or 10X or 8x number. What am I going to say? Can I text you this photo, Corianne? Oh, yeah, sure. Great. Can I have your cell number? Because what number do you want, guys? You want cell number. So I'm going to text you the photo. You now have my photo. You now have my number, but you don't have my contact. So on my phone, I'm going to build out my own contact. Just as I'm saving Renee's number to my phone, I'm going to put my own number in my phone with my photo, real estate entrepreneur, my phone number, my email address for leads, my Facebook link, my Instagram link, my LinkedIn link to my website, my Calendly link.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as they've given me their number and I've sent them that photo, I'm going to now share my contact from my phone to their phone. They have all my information. And I'm going to say, did he get the contact I just sent you? Oh, yes, I did. They look at it. Yes, I did. They don't know what to do with it. Great. Let me show you how to save it to your phone.
Yep.
Open it up. Yeah. Create new contact. Now hit done. Now my contact's in your phone. Now I've got another one. Find it here. I got a QR code that I put on the face of my phone. Mm-hmm. So if I'm at the gas station, if I'm at the supermarket, if I'm at the gym, my phone's always with me. What am I always talking about? Real estate. You got a card? I don't carry cards. I have the QR code on the front of my phone. Here's my name, first name, last name, phone number, email, website. Reach out to me, and then I will respond and reply back with my full-blown contact.
Guys, put some frickin' dollar bags, fire emojis, prayer hands, whatever you are called. We just went to church. Like if I had a white hanky, I am waving my white hanky because preach. JJ just gave so many gems, many of which I actually heard from JJ over several years ago, and I do all of it. It is so powerful, and it is a call to action, and you do need to tell people, put it in your phone, right? So it's a call to action, constantly be following up, the fortunes in the follow-up. You've heard that a million times. It's not just to make money, the fortunes in the follow-up for the connection. So you need to follow up and connect with people and bring value. Whoo, my head. Corianne, any other questions, concerns, hallucinations? I don't know.
No, I want to make sure that we're respectful of JJ's time. He's given us a full hour. And honestly, I think we just scraped the iceberg of the knowledge he has as the connection king. And I'm just honored. So everybody, your homework is to go implement those things and then make sure that you're hopping onto his website and getting involved in his world, because we know that there's more gems happening back there. JJ, thank you. This has been a huge honor. I hope you have a great rest of your day.
Appreciate it.
Brother, thank you. See you guys. Be well. Thanks for being here.